Hello, this is LanParty and I'm your host Finky. Today we are beginning a new video tutorial series on how to count to 10. This is the first video of what will likely be a very long and thorough series of lectures, examples, pop quizzes, practical tutorials. If this is your first time learning to count to 10, I am happy to inform you that this tutorial is very beginner friendly. Although if you are an advanced student and experienced counter, you should still find this a useful refresher. We will begin by observing the digit 0 and analyzing the consequences of this number, 0. So the best way to imagine 0 is to imagine you have a field of chickens. Now when you go out to count your chickens, you realize that there are not any chickens in your field. The field of chickens has 0 chickens. 0 is unique in that rather than representing a specific amount of something, it more accurately represents the absence of that something. The understanding of the digit 0 is mostly practical for most everyday purposes and will suffice for this instructional educational series. Now, what does it mean to have a non-zero specific amount of something? Imagine your field of chickens, but this time when you go to count them, you have chickens out there. This would imply you have a greater than 0 or 0 less than sign chickens in your field. We will use the letter C to represent chickens in field, and you can see by the equation 0 is less than chickens. This specific number of chickens would be denoted by a specific number, example of 1 or 2, maybe 7. Our goal with this series is to supply you with the skills necessary to determine what the specific number is for whatever specific object of inquiry you might have yourself. This will allow you to save money, instead of having to rely on professionals to count for you. So for our initial lessons, I will simply begin counting from 0, excluding the 0 number, to 10, and you just repeat the numbers after me. And before long, you'll be a counting expert. So our starting point is 0, and it stands to reason that our next number should be the very next quantifiable measurable number. This brings us to point infinite zeros with, after the last 0, a digit 1. Ready? Let's begin. Point infinite digits of 0 followed by 1. Point infinite digits of 0 followed by 1, 1. Point infinite digits of 0 followed by 1, 1, 1. Point infinite digits of 0 followed by 1, 1, 1, 1.
One eternity later.
9 point infinite digits of 9. 10. Congratulations, you have successfully completed this video series and should now be an expert counter. It may be worth noting that a single viewing of this series may not be sufficient to retain all the information learned. It may be advisable to review the series in the future if problems occur when trying to count to 10. Counting to numbers larger than 10 is not physically possible under current mathematical and scientific understandings of the universe. This should not be a problem, as you should never face a situation where 10 does not suffice. Thank you for joining me on this journey. This has been LanParty with your host, Finky.